Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Sergeant Hopkins. Possibly my longest outstanding request at the moment, and apologies for taking so long. But Sergeant Hopkins asked for Vincent Gleissner's Gelgoog in Yuma Lightning colors before Yuma Lightning's Gelgoog was in the game. In my defense, as you probably know if you've been watching me for a while, my gallbladder tried to kill me last month, so there's been a delay. But it's out, I'm doing better, and I really enjoy using the Vincent Gleissner Gelgoog, so I was just waiting for, the best possible round to get this done, and I think I got a fairly good one, if I remember. I sure hope so. I'm going to feel like a chump having said that. Let's see. Caught that as they were falling, which means I now get a free hit or two. Missed that downswing. I thought it was going to land, but I just angled it a little bit wrong. If I'd scooted a little bit further to the left, it would have worked. Going to follow with the shoulder cannon if I can, which thanks to my ally shotgunning them, I definitely can. And, ooh, good support from up there to keep me from capitalizing on that stun. Otherwise, I probably could have just about finished it off. As it is, waiting for my beam cannon backpack and my grenade launcher to both finish reloading. I believe they are now both done. But yeah, that is the Vincent Gleissner's Gelgoog's gimmick, is that it has a special beam rifle, which as you can see does not have a stock, but does have a grenade launcher. And it can also mount that beam rifle to the backpack for a Gelgoog cannon-style beam cannon. So, as a high-mobility Gelgoog with some of the abilities that comes with that, like the forced injectors and just sheer speed, it's kind of the all-rounder of Gelgoogs. It can do a little bit of everything that any other Gelgoog can do. And that is really makes for a fun thing to use. And again, it's fast, so I almost made that combo, but not quite, and managed to just do a little bit of shuffling there with my forced injectors without getting myself killed. Stunned that high mobility Zaku that was trying to missile me to death. It did a good chunk of my life, but let's see. And sorry, voices in the other room distracted me, which happens. But yeah, I like this Gelgoog. It's good to use. I just have to. That is the one thing, and other people I've seen mentioning this about forced injector mobile suits recently, which is if you try to roll in the direction you are moving, you may just boost again instead. You probably just watched me do that a couple of times, and it just means a slight adjustment in timing based on compared to your normal dodge rolls, but it's It does throw things a little bit. You have to be careful with it, and it does not always work out. So yeah, dodge roll and force injector together can be a little tricky. But I decided, foolishly, to turn my back on that mud rock and try and get a way to go someplace else where I'd be in a little less danger, and it capitalized immediately. Not as much damage as I did to it early in the round, I can't really blame it. And seems to be a camphor versus camphor brawl up there, which, my money's on the camphor. But yeah, time to launch some support fire. We've got a 1,000-point lead at these costs. That is, as you know, nothing. And that was kind of dumb of me because there was only one person to plant it on, and it's the middle of a cloud of allies. So really shouldn't have done that. But because there's only two options: they stick around and try and tag him and get hit by the support fire, or they all pull back, and when that person gets the enemy support fire incoming warning, they're going to know immediately that it's them because they can look on their radar and see nobody else is alive. So, yeah, all kinds of dumb there. But back to beam rifle play, which is where my strengths are and my heart is. So, took a couple of shots. Right now, it's just a matter of finding an opening. That's kind of my thing a lot of the time, figuring out where to stand, where not to get shot, where to aim my shots. Managed to tag that for 3,600. It may be a very, it may be a really solid multi-purpose beam rifle, but it still has that Gelgoog rifle damage, which is everything. And now I am about to meet this mudrock down a dark alley. Let's see, cannon into grenade launcher is a good way to keep somebody stun locked long enough to close. Pixie and I finished it off and managed not to bounce off of each other too hard, which I am amazed. That was just good spacing, probably on the Pixie's part. Probably not mine. But I'm charged, but they came up behind me. I was kind of thought the Pixie might stick around, but they didn't, and the entire enemy team just closed on me immediately. That was kind of uncanny. But, oh well, took a death. It happens. And I should have just gone with the Pixie. As it is, yeah, just try not to let yourself get isolated like I just did, because it's a good way to die, especially if you're trapped in that corner. 40 seconds left till that point is able to launch support fire. It doesn't matter that much, really. We've got 1,030 points lead, which again, not much. We can widen that if we stick together. I'm going to where the odds are basically even, where two allies, two enemies, because I can tip it in our favor a little bit and hopefully cause a little bit of pain for the enemy. And because once we can clear things off here, we could go help the allies elsewhere. Just a matter of what you can do and when. Amazed I didn't hit that, but good on the camp for following up. Did not get my beam rifle shot off in time to kill that Alex. I think it's an Alex. Camo makes it very hard to tell. Somebody did a really kind of pretty thing with that camo pattern on the Zeong the other day. They had like 3 of the 4 colors in silver, and the last one in matte gray, and that just looked really nice in space. It was kind of pretty. I may try that myself and a couple variations thereof to see what I can get. But, let's see, shoulder cannon is ready. Just don't have a good opportunity to fire it without getting stunned to death. There's a shot. There's another shot, time to keep me in stun lock, and should have gone for just the knockdown because the 2-hit combo was too much. But did not get the kill, and now there's a bunch of things behind me and I'm out of boost, so I'm about to die. Because unless my team is like really paying attention, well, they were paying attention and they managed to divide the enemy's attention, so that's the important thing. I was on the wrong weapon, managed to make the kill anyway. I was trying to use the beam naginata, obviously, but still got snuck up on, and there's a minute left to go. But yeah, I think I'm not 100% sure on this. I'd have to look things up on the wiki, but I think the defense stats on the Gleissner Gelgoog might be a little low compared to other Gelgoogs, because it does get a little bit killed for me. But you know, just given the fact that it's all power and speed, something has to give, and defense seems like the logical thing. We are holding our tiny little lead. It has been a consistent lead. Landed that stun, got the kill there. We have widened the lead just a tiny. And now it's just a matter of keeping safe for the last 10 seconds or so. They are closing on us very quickly, so my job, as I am feeling a little fragile, is to get to cover and back people up from a distance, as you can do with a cannon backpack very easily. So yeah, that is the Vincent Gleissner Gelgoog dressed as Yuma Lightnings. I really want the real Yuma Lightning Gelgoog. It's the only Gelgoog type in the game I don't have at least one of yet. So yeah, I think I did fairly well, even though I didn't make any of the top spots there. Did get 5 kills, 3 deaths, 67,000 damage, so... And, again, apologies for the lateness of this, but somewhere there's a kidney stone the size of a golf ball that you can blame that on. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more, so until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! You know, the worst part of all that was, I never even got to see the kidney stone. They took it out, they told me it was that big, and then they never showed it to me, so I kind of wonder if they didn't have to break it up to get it out, but I don't know. Also, I realize I just said kidney stone at least once, and no, gallstone. It was a gallstone. That's kind of a difference.